Alright, this is Josh. I want to discuss 6-liter heads really quick and go over this so you guys know what you guys need to look for when you do a head job. I've had a lot of heads that I've pulled off of trucks. There'll be cracks in between on the valve seats. There'll be little cracks, and the only way to see it is once you tank the heads. What I do is I strip the heads down completely, and then I tank them and do a mag flex on them so I can see where the cracks are. And usually they crack either right here or here, and sometimes I've even had them to where they'll bridge over from one valve to the other. If that happens, the castings are pretty much garbage. You're going to be better off just getting new castings. So what I do, my theory and how I do things, what I do is I mill the heads flat, and I start from basically a scratch. Then the valve guides are kind of in the head already, so this one actually has new valve guides put in it. Valve guide clearance, you want it to be about 2 thou. You don't want any more. Valve specs from Ford is they say 1 to 3. These heads actually came from DK. They're production heads from China. Now, the valve clearance on these were about 3.5. They were only on a truck for less than 600 miles. So we took the valves and I put new valves in it. So I got new valves right here from SI. With new valve guides, it makes the valve clearance really nice and smooth. If you are doing a head, it's up to you if you want to do injector cups. If it's got a lot of miles on it, I would do injector cups. If it's only 100,000 miles or so, I wouldn't even bother with injector cups. It's not that common for injector cups to crack on a 6-liter. I've seen them more on the 7.3s. So the next step, once you get your valve guides taken care of, is do a valve job. Now, say this head, say I take off like 8 thou. Everybody says you can only take off 8 thou on these heads, which I don't believe that is true. I would go even more than that if I had to, because you can make up for it in the valve seat, and you can also grind down the valve stem as well. So what I would do is I would take a valve and I would measure the recession of this valve. Factory clearance, factory recession on these valves is between 13 and 27. That's what the book calls for. I like to see them between 25 and 30. I will take all these valves and I will recess them all down to between 25 and 30 thou. And then on the back side, when you get these valves out, let's put this in here. Okay. When you put the valve in, let's see if I can do this one. Oh, wrong one. Okay, there we go. So what I do is I measure from the top of the valve to the base. So right here, measure from here to the top of the valve stem. I usually put it between about 2.215 is a good round number. For if you're shaving and decking the heads. What I'm doing is I'm taking a little bit off the top of this so I don't have to change push rods. Even though the lifters are hydraulic, they're not adjustable, but they say that there's about 100 thou tolerance in the lifters, but I don't really know about that. I have to measure them myself. But keeping these, I've done quite a few heads. I've done at least about 20 heads so far, and I've decked them, sunk the valves in to 25 to 30, and then cut the valve stems down to 2.215 from measuring from the base here to the top of stem. Once you do that, your valve should be nice and good, and your head should be good to go. I use factory springs. You can get aftermarket springs from, I think PAC makes a set. SI Industries is who I got these valves from. They're a lot better. There's another, they also carry, these are like the baseline valves that are the melting point's like, I think 16 or 1700 degrees is what they're supposed to withstand. The other valves that they carry are good up to like 2300 degrees. So if you want to spend a little bit more money, you can get the better ones. But these ones are nice. I use a bronze valve guide, and I also use they also sell titanium valve retainers as well. So if your valve seats are cracked right here, then you can actually mill these out and press in new valve seats and then cut those down. If you have more than 6 that are like that, your machine shop's probably gonna charge you a lot more than what you expect. So it'd be cheaper for you to just buy new heads. You can get just bare castings and use your existing valves from your engine if you want to just do that way and go the cheaper route. I haven't had any problem reusing valves and valve springs. Valve seals, you're gonna have to change those out, so you can't reuse those. But anyways, this is a good, the castings, a lot of the Chinese castings, I haven't seen any problems with them, unless you're overheating the truck. Then they're probably gonna crack. But anyways, this is a Chinese casting, but it'll still work really good on the 6 liters if you machine them correctly. So there's my info for you. Thank you.